Hi, my name is Alfonso Juarez. I am a painter, curator, and designer. You might also know me as Finito Juarez, artist, sweetheart extraordinaire. I posted looking to do album arts, send me some suggestions and I'll get to them. I got 28 responses and I was like, all right, bet, I'm gonna do these every day. Got to the end of the 28 days, I was really close to doing a month. I was honestly stunned that I did that consistently. I was just it was something to do every day. After a month, I did it again and kept going, and then it was a year, and then 2, and now it's 4, and I'm sure it will be 10 eventually. So yeah, I really love it. The vehicle to do it every day doesn't come from discipline or working my ass off or trying to become super rich or anything like that. It's just, I really love it. I feel like I've only put more of myself in my work. I think at first I just wanted to make something that looked good. And at this point, it's just about making something that is me. I think that's in my favorite photographers, musicians, whatever field you're in. My favorite people are always the people that are doing exactly what they want, that are very specific, that don't compromise on their creative vision and process, because to me, that's the most potent. People that are making exactly what they want, and that often is they're putting as much of themselves into their work as they can. It's raw, but also it's the most honest. Some of my favorite parts of life are seeing people do what they love. That's what fuels them. And that's what I'm trying to see them do. I definitely see art as a 2-step process where making it, creating it is me. And then once I release my art into the world, it's no longer mine and I become part of the audience. I don't like to tell people the meaning behind my work. I like to let them figure it out themselves, because all art in a lot of ways is a reflection, right? People might see something in your art that you never even thought of. And that's happened to me multiple times. And I don't want to tell people, no, you're wrong. It's like this. Whatever people's interpretations of my art are just as valid as my own. Art is everywhere. Art is everything. There's artists all around us at all times. Everything is art to me. It's really easy to find inspiration when I'm just living my life, because it's everywhere. Other people's appreciation for stuff is a huge source of inspiration for me, because, whatever is giving you that kind of excitement or whatever, I think is that's so real, and that's humanity, and I want to include a piece of that in my art. And sometimes it's just cool shit. They're so necessary. Sometimes they're more necessary than the artwork themselves. Sometimes I'm like, man, this shit is so funny, I can't wait to put it in there. Everything that I put in the carousels when I post my art are stuff that, has made me smile, has made me laugh, or affected me in a certain way, or made me think about something. And they're absolutely necessary to the creation of my art, because they're the context to what's actually on the paper. Is things around me that have affected me, and those experiences always end up in my art, and they might not necessarily end up on that exact piece that they were posted on. I used to have a meme page. You probably can't find it. I love memes. I'm gonna get sidetracked here, but memes are fucking incredible methods of communication. They're modern day hieroglyphs where you can put a feeling, and you can put it's a minimal amount of words, maybe 5 words, and image, and it can communicate something to people across cultures. You'll see memes that people from fucking Europe or I don't know, Asia might see, and they also find it funny because they might relate to that, experience of your mom dropping some very personal information about yourself to other moms to impress them, but to you it fucking breaks you apart. So yeah, just fuck with them. My favorite moments when it comes to my art are the times when I feel like a caveman. The idea of discovery, I want to feel like a caveman that discovered fire for the first time. How incredible that feeling must have been, fucking around, trying something and hitting something that really works and is life-changing. And art was that for me, where there's been these moments where I discover a part of my style or something that will be my style, and it's amazing. Definitely when I started smearing with pastels, it was that caveman discovering fire moment. This is it. This is what I've been kind of trying to get to. I've been trying to get to this moment where this idea that I've been doing for a while is elevated to a completely different level because I'm using a different medium, and the smears are definitely terrifying to do. You work on a piece for like 4 or 5 hours, and then you're like, all right, I'm going to do something that could potentially completely fuck it up. But every time I've come across those moments of doubt or those moments of fear, at the end of that fear, there's something there. And if I just keep doing the same shit over and over again, like, what's the point? It's not something I'm always really good at, honestly. Like, sometimes I'll like sit in front of my piece, like starving, and I'm like, all right, dude, is it done? I just don't know. It's definitely a feeling. It's not so much like a necessarily like a checklist that I go through in my head. I just kind of like, if I feel that's where I would like to leave it, that's where it should be, and that's where it should exist. I'm not a Disney adult. I think that should be said. And I do love the design of Mickey, Goofy, and Donald for sure. And I think because of that, it kind of became like my first language. So when I want to experiment with something, it's usually with Mickey or Goofy or Donald, kind of like what I'm comfortable with. And if I'm going to experiment and do something that like I'm not necessarily used to, like I guess it's nice to have that as almost like a comfort to go into like the storm. Like, and other times it's just like, fuck it, I want to do it, you know? Like, it's what I like and what I enjoy, so. I definitely love Basquiat. I don't know if he necessarily influences me artistically, more so as a person. George Condo, definitely artistically. Francis Bacon, who I recently discovered, I really like a lot. He uses motion as well, so he definitely more abstract, but I just really like how he kind of layers all these different colors into his motion. Contemporary wise, I would say Vame and Fifth Power are two artists that I'm like, they were really kind of like the blueprint for me when I was really doing art every day and like seeing how other people operated on social media. Diego Rivera and Frida Kahlo as well, like that those are two of my dad's favorite artists too. Like, they were just always around me. My dad always bought prints, and so like their art has been around me my entire life, so they always kind of find a way, at least but definitely the subject matter that Diego Rivera would use, I use a lot as well, which is like campesinos and like field workers. Like, I kind of see them as the backbone in a lot of ways, so they find their way into my work a lot. Clothing, I do a lot of one-on-ones, and I very much like that, but it's been kind of a goal that's been in my mind for a while, and this year I said I was going to do it, and I've done practically everything else on my like goals list for the year, and that's something I want to get done by the end of the year. I'd like to do a solo show as well, and I want to do another free art in the park. Besides just starting, because for me, like, my biggest thing was like, I remember saying a lot of the time was like, oh, I could do that. And I just kept saying that and then never did anything. And I just kind of became annoyed with myself. And I realized like, all right, fuck it, let me do it. So besides just starting and actually getting to do what you do, I would say be selfish and focus on making exactly what you want to make. I think especially when you start, a lot of people are going to be like, oh, you should do this or you should do that. And to me, it's like, cool, you do those things, because I have this whole universe in my head that I'm trying to put out. And I think nurturing and taking care of those ideas, putting yourself in those ideas as much as you can, that's what you're trying to get to as an artist, I feel like, is putting yourself completely in your work. And as long as you maintain that vision the whole way through, like, that's the cheat code right there.